Alright, let's take a look at the channel checklist. Okay, Dogman came out, done. The Day the Earth Blew Up got moved to March, so we'll have to be talking about it then. Plankton movie, yeah, whatever. Huh, something's missing here. Wasn't the Smurfs movie supposed to come out in February? Huh, they moved it to July. That's weird. Oh, they dropped the Smurfs trailer. Alright, let's see what Paramount has to offer. Alright, let's hit play and...
Influencer.
Smash that subscribe button.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no. Wait.
Oh my god, this is a movie that exists. The Smurfs is a franchise, honestly, I really could care less about. I mean, I rarely go into much of Smurfs. Like, the 2010s movies exist. You have the 2017 movie, Smurfs: The Lost Village, which at least tried to be fully animated, but nobody talks about it, and was kind of honestly just forgotten. So, I guess the media wants Smurfs again, so now we have another Smurfs movie, which was supposedly going to be fully animated. And, no, this is not what it is. This movie already exists. This movie already came out, and oh my god, it looks so bad. Like, this went through a writing team, this went through producers, and they all gave the thumbs up that this would be an amazing film. It's like, Paramount is, like, still stuck in the 2010s with these kinds of movies. Like, the music is outdated, Rihanna as Smurfette just does not work. It really doesn't. And you know, the entire writing team, their only joke is just Smurfs.
I can smurf that Smurf up and have it delivered to your house.
That sounds like a load of Smurf.
Hey, stick a Smurf in it.
Smurfy Smurf in my Smurf, you lazy ass one joke movie.
Just from that, you could already tell what the humor for the movie is gonna be like going forward. It's just all so on the nose that it's just... Okay, let's just start with the very little positives I can give this. The style of the movie, I actually do like. The animation that it has, well, in the beginning at least, looks fine. It looks a little more stylized. It's good. But, you know, one thing I noticed with this film, it's almost like it's trying to be like Trolls. Like the opening scene that we see in the trailer with all of them dancing every day as a party, it's almost like they're trying to be Trolls, and it's very, very obvious, and it does not work at all. On top of that, it's also like the vocal performances are like, some are good, and then there's some that are just bad. Like Rihanna as Smurfette does not work, but there's some voice actors in the movie that are giving a decent performance, but she sticks out like a sore thumb, and it's really, really bad. And then the plot. They could have done so many things with this. I personally am not like an avid watcher of the old Smurf content and the comics and everything, but come on. I feel like you could have done any other plot point, anything original. But no, I guess producers thought the real world, them going into it, which totally hasn't been done already, works great with a movie like this. Play outdated music and just, for some reason, DJ Khaled.
Come on, Khaled!
It's like they're trying to stuff all the things that you'd put in like a generic animated movie like this and just put it all into one, and it really, really shows. And the worst part about it, they delayed this movie from, you know, being away from Captain America, but they put this movie in July against Superman and Jurassic World. This movie's going to get murdered!
Smash that subscribe button.
I can't believe Paramount thought that was a good idea. There's so many movies coming out in summer, and I don't think any kid is gonna want to say, hey, let's go watch Smurfs over Jurassic World and Superman. So, okay, Paramount, you do you, but the box office is not gonna turn out well for that. That's just me personally. And it's very hard to tell what this movie is trying to do, because you have certain scenes where the human characters are animated, so is it they're gonna be in the human world only just for a little bit and then they go back to their world? Like, it's very confusing on what they're trying to do. I think they're just trying to put this real world aspect just to say, oh, this is the movie, yep, everyone go see this. But Paramount's way of doing trailers is very confusing, like to the point where I don't know if this movie's gonna be like terrible or just mediocre, because like I said, the animators did a really good job. It's just the writers and producers that like massacred this movie from what I'm seeing so far. Maybe the actual movie will be somewhat decent but mediocre. It's gonna turn out mid. I can't see it turning out good. But it's very, very confusing on why they went with this route, why Rihanna is Smurfette, and why are Smurfs still relevant, that Paramount thinks. It's like they're throwing out certain IPs that they think would be doing well, but this is just not one of them. And also on top of this, it also seems like Smurfs having a deal with Paramount, they seemingly want to make an entire franchise out of this, possibly doing an entire trilogy, which I really can't see happening. I'm really surprised they're going this far with the Smurfs. They're really trying to make it work. When I'm gonna be quite honest, I'm sure most kids in this generation don't even know what Smurfs is. Probably seen a Smurf, probably haven't even watched the older movies, so I'm really surprised they're going with this route. And based on how this first film does, I'm not too sure if we're gonna see future sequels with this. But hey, I could be wrong. Somehow this Smurf movie against, the Fantastic Four, Jurassic World, and Superman somehow is profitable to make a sequel. We just got a whole trilogy of Smurfs movies that all try to be like the Trolls movies. I know they're trying to go for that, aesthetic. But alas, this just seems like one of those films that, will end up bad, but chances are will probably just do okay at the box office. And Paramount may find something else to milk, because how do we go from Transformers 1, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, then to Smurfs? It's just... society just needs to drop Smurfs as an IP. I mean, if there's fans, please explain in the comments on why this still should be relevant now, but in my personal opinion, a Smurfs movie is really not needed. They could have done so many things else and their animation division. Hey, like maybe a Transformers 2, but as the days goes on, I don't think we'll be getting that anytime soon. And there was a glimmer of hope that I had for this film. The more I saw of the film before the trailer released, I was like, hey, this could, be halfway decent. Then the first trailer came out, and honestly, all my hope died. This is gonna be one of those films that I walk in knowing it's terrible, it's gonna be terrible, and at the most, it's just gonna be really, really mid. Like, not even, like, the good mid. Just, like, I wouldn't rewatch it ever. Honestly, all the Smurfs movies are kind of just fever dreams. Even The Lost Village, it's a forgotten movie. Some people barely even remember that it exists. But, if this movie flops, this could be a signal to Hollywood that this kind of thing cannot work anymore, or people just won't flock to it. Celebrities just can't play roles that they clearly don't fit in and definitely sounds off. This kind of thing happened with the Garfield movie, but it did okay at the box office, seemingly just, it having a better story than, most people would expect from a Garfield movie. But in Smurf's case, this is so unoriginal, and you can tell they came up with this in like a week and just went with that. I mean, they have a new villain alongside with Gargamel, but I could care less. It doesn't seem like he has anything interesting other than him, so it's just whatever. Maybe there's some backstory that they'll explain. It's gonna be a rough July. Thankfully, Superman, Fantastic Four, and Jurassic World will just clean the slate after this. But, I mean, I'm probably gonna be on the same page with you, but what are your thoughts on the Smurfs movies? I see very little people defending it, but if you honestly are excited for this movie, let me know why, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.